Buckle up, folks. Today in New York City, air quality alerts are choking the skyline, a tragic death at Rikers, and the commuter chaos you tried to escape by waking up early. You won't want to miss this mess. I'm Vixie Steele. Welcome to Loud and Local, coming to you from New York, New York. All right, let's talk about what's broken today. Air quality alerts. Rising ozone levels across New York and New Jersey. And I mean ground level ozone. The nasty stuff you breathe, not the good layer that keeps you from crisping in the sun. Warm temperatures plus vehicle exhaust plus industrial emissions equals a chemical soup that cooks in the afternoon and slams your lungs by evening. Sensitive groups were told to limit outdoor activity until 11 p.m. Monday, and honestly, after that it's still grim if you're asthmatic or you've got kids. We're talking the 5 boroughs and a range of counties on both sides of the Hudson. Symptoms: coughing, wheezing, chest tightness, headaches, dizziness. You feel wiped out and you think it's just Monday. Nah, it's the air punching your lungs. Advice rolling in: hydrate, check on seniors and anyone with respiratory issues, and crack those blackout curtains to keep the heat out. Yes, they actually said blackout curtains. Charge your backup batteries in case the heat strains the grid. That's where we're at. Oh, this again. A city famous for traffic pretending car exhaust is just part of the charm. Honestly, this place needs to get its environmental act together. Expand clean transit faster. Stop pretending tailpipes are inevitable. And for the love of oxygen, stop idling like you're auditioning for a smog parade. I'm tired of breathing in car exhaust while some suit calls it manageable. Next up, something equally frustrating. Rikers Island, the 3rd death in custody this year. Rajpati Ramkelawan, 41, died at the Rose M. Singer Centre on Monday. Cause of death still under investigation. You don't need a detective badge to see the pattern though. This follows Barry Cozart's death back in March at the George R. Vierno Centre and John Price dying after a transfer to Elmhurst Hospital. The city's jail system has been hammered for years over failures in supervision, emergency response and medical care. And here we are again. Mayor Zohran Mamdani and Correction Commissioner Stanley Richards offered condolences and called for transparency and investigation. Respect where it's due for saying the words, but words don't revive the dead. Look. Last year, at least 15 people died in or shortly after leaving city jail custody. That is not a blip, that's a crisis. Rikers is a bloody disgrace. If you can't keep people alive while they're under your roof, you don't have a jail, you've got a failure factory. I don't care where you sit on the tough on crime spectrum. Basic healthcare and human supervision are not optional. Can someone explain why this bullshit is allowed? I've had it with this nonsense. Fix the staffing, fix the medical response, or shut it down and build something that actually meets basic standards. Unbelievable, but not surprising. And now, onto another disaster. A woman gave birth in a Brooklyn arraignment court. Samantha Randazzo, 33, was in NYPD custody on low-level charges: drug possession and trespassing. She had an outstanding warrant from 2023 for burglary and petty larceny, so she's sitting there when Labour hits. EMS doesn't routinely staff city courthouses anymore thanks to staffing shortages, so who steps in? A court officer. Not a doctor, not a nurse, a court officer delivering a baby on the floor of arraignments. There's even a dispute over whether she was handcuffed during birth. Think about that sentence for a second. Public defenders and advocates are livid, and to be fair, they should be. They're pushing a bill to ban restraining pregnant people in custody, which should not need a bill in the year 2026, but here we are. Also, the NYPD hands out desk appearance tickets at about half the rate of other departments. So minor cases clog the system, while human beings go through medical emergencies in a room built for arraignments, not births. Forcing a woman to give birth in court is beyond shameful. This system is broken, from who we choose to arrest, to how we process them, to who's actually in the room when something goes wrong. Back in my day, people had standards, like having medical professionals nearby when you've got hundreds of people in custody. Jesus Christ. Let's shift gears before I start throwing shit. Cross Bronx Expressway. The New York State DOT just suspended the 5 Bridges project, a plan to repair or replace 5 aging bridges. Community groups and local officials in the Bronx were shouting for months that the plan would jack up pollution and congestion, widening impacts by as much as 50 feet in spots, and this in a corridor already notorious for asthma rates among the highest in the city. NYSDOT tried tweaks. They even dropped an elevated diversion road in 2025, but no consensus. Now the project is paused. They'll monitor the bridges and do necessary repairs in the meantime. Honestly, hell yeah, finally, someone gets it. You can't fix infrastructure by poisoning the neighbours. The Bronx deserves better than another pollution nightmare for the next generation. Environmental advocates are cheering this, and good. Especially after debris recently fell onto a roadway linking the George Washington Bridge to the Cross Bronx. A lovely reminder that maintenance is real and urgent. Balance the safety work with public health. That's the job. Respect where it's due when the state actually listens to the people breathing the fumes. All right, let's keep this train wreck rolling. The Long Island Railroad strike. First weekday was chaos, then a whiplash ending. A coalition of unions representing more than half the workforce walked out after no raises since 2023 and a long fight over work rules. Monday morning, riders slammed into a wall of nothing. A few MTA shuttle buses scraping together service for around 13,000 riders, compared to normal weekday ridership that dwarfs that number. Traffic choked up, people missed work, and federal mediators dragged both sides back to the table by Monday. By late Monday, a tentative deal. Governor Kathy Hochul called it a fair agreement. Phased LIRR service was reportedly set to resume Tuesday at noon. The deal covers more than half the workforce, includes retroactive pay and reforms to certain work rules, and runs through July 2027. The Presidential Emergency Board had weighed in earlier and sided with the unions, a process the MTA called unfair. Meanwhile, the MTA says May monthly ticket holders will see prorated refunds. Look, a strike is a wake-up call. You ignore Labour long enough, your city bleeds time and money, while people stand shoulder to shoulder on a curb, staring at a bus that isn't coming. To be fair, negotiation is ugly, but this should not get to shutdown levels before the adults show up. Pay people fairly, modernise rules without turning crews into machines, and stop pretending that a commuter rail can run on vibes and press conferences. I swear, if one more grandstanding suit tries to score points while riders haul themselves across Queens like it's a reality show challenge, I'm going to lose it. Sort your labour relations before it hits commuters. This is basic governance, not astrophysics. Bloody hell. Quick recap before I start yelling at clouds. Ozone is up. Keep the vulnerable indoors and stop all-day idling. Rikers needs accountability that actually keeps people alive. Brooklyn courts need medical staff, not miracle deliveries. The Bronx got a pause on a project that could have worsened asthma, and that's a win. LIRR riders got jerked around, but a deal is in. Get those trains moving and keep them moving. I shouldn't have to say this, but here we fucking are. And that's today's dose of reality on Loud and Local with Vixie Steele, here in New York City. Go do something useful, and we'll catch you tomorrow.